In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. And we sent down iron, in which is material for mighty war, as well as many benefits for mankind. A brief reply to a question about the above verse, which has come to have great importance, for with it a prominent person with knowledge of modern science silenced a number of hujjas. Question: it is normally said that iron is mined from the earth, so why is it said in this verse, we sent down or revealed, rather than we excavated or extracted? This appears to be inappropriate. The answer: with the phrase, we sent down, the Qur'an of miraculous exposition recalls the vast and important bounty of iron. For it does not consider iron only for itself so that it should say extracted, but recalls the tremendous divine bounty in iron and how needy mankind is for it. Its aspect of being a bounty does not come upwards from below, but down from the treasury of mercy. The treasury of mercy is certainly elevated above and at a high level, so the bounty descends from above, and needy mankind's level is surely below. The bestowal of bounty is superior to need, so the correct way to express the fact that bounty comes from the treasury of mercy to meet mankind's needs is, we sent down, it is not we extracted. Also, since the gradual extraction of iron is at man's hands, the word extract does not alert the heedless person to its aspects of bounty. If what it means is iron's material substance, it is extracted in respect of its physical situation. But iron's quality of being a bounty, which is the intended meaning here, is immaterial. This meaning looks not to physical situation, but to immaterial degree or level. Bounty is proceeding from the treasury of mercy, which is a manifestation of the infinitely exalted degree of the most merciful, are certainly sent down from the highest level to the lowest. Thus, the correct expression is, we sent down. It recalls to mankind that iron is one of the greatest divine bounties. Yes, iron is the source of all mankind's industries, and of its advancement and progress, and the means of its power and strength. So, in order to call to mind this tremendous bounty and bestowal of favor in lofty style, the Qur'an states, and we sent down iron, in which is material for mighty war, as well as many benefits for mankind. In a similar way, it declares about David's important miracle, and we made the iron soft for him. That is to say, it points out the softening of iron, a great miracle and great bounty for a great prophet. Secondly, above and below are relative. They are above and below in relation to the earth's center. In fact, something which is below in relation to us is above from the point of view of the American continent. This means the situation of substances coming from the earth's center to its surface changes according to the position of people on the surface. With the tone of miraculousness, the Qur'an of miraculous exposition states that iron contains so many benefits and has such extensive uses that it is not some common substance to be extracted from the store of the globe, and that it is not some natural substance to be used for any chance need. Rather, in order to express iron's general uses, it states that it is a bounty stored up by the Creator of the universe in the treasury of mercy and huge workshop of the universe, which he sent down through his majestic title of sustainer of the heavens and earth to meet the needs of the earth's inhabitants. It is as if, like rain, heat, and light, which descend from the skies, it contains such all-embracing advantages that it was sent from the workshop of the universe, not from the narrow store of the earth. It was sent having been prepared in the great treasury of mercy in the palace of the universe, and situated in the store of the globe, from which it is extracted little by little over the centuries in proportion to need. The Qur'an of mighty stature does not want to express the iron which is extracted bit by bit from this small store only as being utilized, but as being sent down together with the globe of the earth from the supreme treasury as a tremendous bounty. That is to say, the thing most necessary for the house of the earth is iron, for when the all-glorious Creator separated the earth from the sun and sent it down for mankind, he sent down iron together with it and met most of mankind's needs with it. The all-wise Qur'an decrees in miraculous fashion, use this iron in your works and try to excavate it and take advantage of it. The verse describes two bounties, both the repulsion of enemies and the attraction of benefits. Iron was put to important human uses before the revelation of the Qur'an, but with the phrase, in which is material for mighty war, it points out that in the future it would be used for traveling through the sea, air, and land, and would subjugate the globe wondrously and astonishingly, and demonstrate a wondrous death-tainted strength. Thus, of its various source of miraculousness, it displays a flash of miraculousness in its predicting the future. While discussing the above point, the subject of Solomon's hopu came up. A persistent questioner from among our brothers asked, "Note, this refers to Rafat, who is diligent in asking questions but lazy when it comes to writing. What is the reason for the hopu describing Almighty God with a relatively insignificant attribute in the sentence, who brings to light what is hidden in the heavens and the earth, while there are more significant divine attributes?" The answer: one aspect of eloquence is to make understood the occupation or craft with which the speaker is mostly employed. Like the nomad diviners who intuitively discover the places where water is to be found in the Arabian Peninsula, Solomon's hopu, a diviner from among birds and animals, was a blessed bird who was employed in various duties and also found water for Solomon, upon whom be peace, so it could be used. It is stating through the measure of its own art that Almighty God proves His fitness to be worshipped and prostrated before by making known the things hidden in the heavens and earth. Yes, the hopu understood it well, for the natural inclination of the incalculable numbers of seeds and minerals under the earth is not to emerge upwards from below. Because, since such beings lack life and will, they cannot go upwards of their own accord. On their own, they can only tumble downwards. A body concealed under the heaviness of the earth certainly could not shake that he will load off its shoulders on its own and emerge upwards. It means that it does so through a wondrous power. The hopu understood through his divining this most hidden and important of the proofs of divine fitness to be worshipped, so that the all-wise Qur'an imparted a miraculousness to its statements concerning it. In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. And He sent down for you 8 head of cattle in pairs. He makes you in the wombs of your mothers, in stages, one after the other. This verse comprises the same point we explained in the discussion of the verse, and we sent down iron. It both corroborates it and is corroborated by it. By saying in Surah Al-Zumar, and He sent down for you 8 head of cattle in pairs, and not saying, and He created for you 8 head of cattle in pairs, the Qur'an of miraculous exposition is stating, 8 sorts of blessed animals have been sent down to you from the treasure of mercy, as though they were bounties of paradise. Yes, those blessed animals are a gift for mankind with all their parts, for their wool or hair is made into the mobile homes and clothes of nomads. Wholesome food is made from their flesh, delicious sustenance is had from their milk, shoes, and so on are made from their hides. Cultivated land is nourished by their manure, and men make fuel from it. It is as though those blessed animals are pure bounty and embodied mercy. It is because of this that like rain is called mercy, Rahmah, these blessed beasts are called bounty and As though just as embodied mercy becomes rain, so too embodied bounty takes on the form of goats, sheep, cattle, water buffalo, and camels. For sure, their physical bodies are created on the earth, but since the attribute of being bounties and the meaning of mercy have totally predominated over their physical beings, in accordance with the phrase, and he sent down, the all-compassionate creator sent down these blessed animals directly from the exalted degree of his mercy and his elevated, immaterial paradise as gifts from the treasure of mercy. Sometimes, art of high worth is present in material worth virtually nothing. It is given value in respect of the art, not of the material's value, like the tiny material being of a fly and the sublime dominical art within it. Sometimes, valuable material worth, 5 lira, contains art worth nothing, then the material predominates. In just the same way, sometimes in some physical material the meaning of bounty and mercy is found to such a degree that it is 100 times more important than the material. The physical matter is quite simply hidden, and its aspect of bounty predominates. Thus, just as the vast benefits of iron and the many products it yields conceal its material aspect, so too, bounty being present in every member of the blessed animals mentioned above has transformed their physical matter into bounty. It is because of this that their immaterial attributes have been considered and their physical beings disregarded, and this is expressed with the phrases, and he sent down, and we sent down. These two phrases state the above-mentioned points both in regard to reality, and they miraculously express an important meaning in respect of eloquence. It is as follows. Together with its extremely dull nature and its being hidden, frequently deep underground, iron is found everywhere, bestowed with the quality of being easily softened. Everyone can therefore obtain it easily, everywhere for everything. In order to express this, it states through the phrase, and we sent down iron, that iron tools are obtained so easily, they are as though sent down from a workbench above as natural, heavenly bounties, and placed in man's hand. Furthermore, although some animal species, from the mosquito to snakes, scorpions, wolves, and lions are harmful to human beings, large beasts like the water buffalo, ox, and camel, who are important among animals, are extremely docile and submissive. So much so, they may be led by even a child. To express the idea of their submissiveness, the verse, and he sent down for you 8 head of cattle in pairs, states that being neither wild nor dangerous, these blessed beasts do not resemble worldly animals. They are rather useful and harmless like paradisical animals. They have been sent down from above, that is, from the treasure of mercy. Perhaps this is why some Qur'anic commentators have said that these animals have been sent down from paradise. It is hardly prolix to write a whole page about a single letter of the all-wise Qur'an, for it is God's word. Note, what some Qur'anic commentators intended by saying their origins were the heavens was this: the continuing existence of the animals known as and is through sustenance, and their sustenance is fodder. The fodder's sustenance is rain. Rain is the water of life and mercy, so sustenance also comes from the heavens. The verse, and in the heavens is our sustenance, alludes to this. Since those animals' continually renewed existences lie in the rain which comes from the skies, the expression, and he sent down, is apt, for it expresses the meaning of having been sent down from the sky. It has therefore not been wasteful to write 2 or 3 pages on the expression, and we sent down. Sometimes one letter of the Qur'an is the key to a treasury. Pieces written in Eskişehir prison as a true solace for the Risale-i Nur students. My dear brothers, I was exceedingly unhappy for you. I was crushed by grief. But it was imparted to me that divine determining and your fate have given you this prison's water to drink and bread to eat all together. I saw that, as a mark of divine mercy and manifestation of dominical favor, your eating this bread together and drinking this water was the easiest, lightest, best, and most meritorious of ways, that this prison was a most beneficial place of instruction for the Risale-i Nur students, and a most effulgent place of ordeal, that it was a most exacting place of examination teaching just how essential it is to act prudently in the face of one's enemies. I saw it in the form of a luminous place of study and takecare for learning and benefiting from the elevated qualities and fine characteristics of our friends here, which are all different, and to establish and renew the brotherhood between them. I did not complain about this situation therefore, but offered thanks with all my spirit. Yes, our way is thanks, and it is to see an aspect of mercy, an aspect of bounty in everything. From your brother who is grieved at the pains of all of you, Said Nursi. A rule: Risale-i Nur students should not seek light outside the circle of the Risale-i Nur, and they cannot seek it. If they do so, they will find a lamp in place of the immaterial sun giving light through the window of the Risale-i Nur, and perhaps lose the sun. Also, the pure and powerful way of friendship and brotherhood within the circle of the Risale-i Nur, which gains numerous spirits for each person, and through the mystery of the legacy of prophethood depicts the companion's way of brotherhood, leaves no need for seeking a spiritual guide or father outside that sphere in a way that is harmful to them in three respects. It provides many abbes, that is, elder brothers, in place of a single father. The joint compassion of elder brothers reduces a father's compassion to nothing. Someone who has a sheikh before entering the Risale-i Nur circle may keep him after entering it. But the person who does not may only seek a guide within the circle. Moreover, the knowledge of reality taught within the circle of the Risale-i Nur, which offers the effulgence of the legacy of prophethood, the greater sainthood, leaves no need for the Sufi orders outside that circle, unless of course they are self-indulgent people who misunderstand the way of Sufism, are addicted to pleasant dreams and imaginings, lights and spiritual pleasures, and desire worldly, fanciful pleasures which are different to the virtues of the hereafter, and want a rank where people have recourse to them. This world is the abode of labor and service. Recompense is commensurate with hardship and difficulty. It is not a place of reward. The people of reality attach no importance, therefore, to the pleasures and lights of illuminations and wonder-working. Indeed, they sometimes flee them and want to conceal them. Furthermore, the Risale-i Nur's circle is very broad, and its students very numerous. It does not seek anyone who depart from it. It gives them no importance, and perhaps will not again admit them. Everyone has only one heart, and a single heart cannot be loved within the circle and outside it. Also, those desirous for guidance outside should not busy themselves with the Risale-i Nur students, for they may receive harm in three respects. Those people who are within the bonds of fear of God do not need guidance, but outside it there are abundant people who do not perform the 5 daily prayers. To leave aside the latter and busy oneself with the former is not guidance. If such a person loves the students, let him firstly enter the circle and be not a father, but a brother, and if he is very virtuous, an elder brother. It has also become apparent from this incident that attachment to the Risale-i Nur holds much importance and has a high price. If he is sensible, the person who gives this price and takes up a position striving against irreligion in the name of the Islamic world will not abandon this way, which is as valuable as diamonds, and embrace other ways. Said. A short piece written in Eskişehir prison. My brothers, on numerous occasions, I have defended the Risale-i Nur students in the manner of which they are worthy. God willing, I shall shoot it out in court. I shall make the world hear both of the Risale-i Nur and of its students' value. However, I remind you of the following. The condition of my retaining this mention of your value in my defense is your not feeling offended at the Risale-i Nur due to your painful experiences in this affair, nor at your master, nor to feel disgust at your brothers on the pretext of the difficulties you suffer, nor to find fault with or accuse one another. You will recall that in the treatise on divine determining, we have proved that there are two aspects to the wrongs that are visited on us. One is man's aspect, the other, divine determinings. In the same event, man does wrong, but divine determining is fair and acts in justice. In this matter of ours, we should think more of the justice of divine determining and mystery of divine wisdom than man's tyranny and wrongdoing. Yes, divine determining summoned the Risale-i Nur students to this gathering, and the wisdom in this was the unfolding of their striving and struggle which drove them to this truly very distressing school of Joseph. Man's tyranny and pretext were the means. So beware. Do not say to one another, if I had not done such and such, I would not have been arrested. Said Nursi. Part of my defense speech, which was included here and not later removed. I seek an important right from the chief and members of the court as follows. In this matter, it is not only my person which is under scrutiny, so that, with your exonerating me, and becoming aware of the reality of the case would be solved. For the collective personality of the pious and the people of learning has been incriminated in the eyes of the nation, and a lack of confidence has been engendered in the government towards the pious and religious scholars, and they need to know how they will avoid dangerous and harmful attempts against them. I therefore request that this last part of my defense be printed in the new letters and distributed. Then the pious and the scholars will not be deceived by the intrigues or embark on any dangerous and damaging enterprises. Their collective personality will be saved from being suspect in the eyes of the nation. The government too will have confidence in the scholars, and an end will be put to this misunderstanding. Incidents and misunderstandings like these, which are extremely harmful for the governments and the nation and the country, will not then be repeated. Said Nursi. My brothers, if everyone, and even I, withdraw from defending and preserving the Risale-i Nur, 5 of our brothers should not withdraw. These are Hüseyin Usta, Halil Ibrahim, Refet Bey, Hüsrev, and Hakkı Efendi. The involuntary lack of caution of the first 3, because of the personal grudges of the open enemies of the latter 2, the intention was to cause excessive harm to the Risale-i Nur. If it had not resulted in a great bounty like the Risale-i Nur being spread and made known to a significant degree, these brothers would have been greatly upset at having caused the unhappiness of so many innocent Risale-i Nur students. Thus, more than anyone, these 5 brothers should be cautious and united. Said Nursi. My brothers, it was imparted to my heart that just as the Mesnevi was the mirror to one of 7 truths appearing from the sun of the Qur'an, thus acquiring a sacred illustriousness and becoming the undying guide of numerous people of the heart besides the Mevlevis, so too, represented together in the mirror of the Risale-i Nur are the 7 colors of the Qur'anic sun's light and its various, multicolored effulgences. God willing, it will be an eternal guide and teacher for the people of reality, illustrious and sacred in 7 respects, as much as 7 Mesnevis. My brothers, look at the protection of the all-glorious preserver. As a coincidence with the number of treatises of the Risale-i Nur, 120 people were questioned together with their confidential documents. Yet, despite the intrigues of the foreigners and the stratagems of the secret societies, nothing was found to connect any Risale-i Nur student with any of the many extant associations. This was a most clear and brilliant instance of dominical protection and divine preservation, and was a favor of the most merciful corroborating the wondrous predictions concerning the Risale-i Nur of Imam Ali, may God be pleased with him, and Gawsul Azam, may God be pleased with him. The hands of 42 of our innocent, wronged brothers raised in supplication to the divine court, held a missile directed at them, turned it back, and in effect exploded it over the heads of those who had fired it. Our losses amount to only a few minor cuts and bruises which will gain us reward. It is a marvel to be saved with such minor injury from a gun that was being charged for the past year. One should respond with thanks and joy to such a great bounty. After this our lives will not be our own, for according to the plans of the spreaders of corruption, we were to be completely wiped out. That means, after this, we should pledge our lives not to ourselves, but to truth and reality. We should try to always see the trace, face, and a sense of mercy in things, which will cause us not to complain, but to offer thanks. Said Nursi. I request of my brothers that they are not offended at one another due to discomforts or distress of the spirit, or fastidiousness, or being deceived by a Satan's wiles, or at the offensive language uttered by some of them. They should not say that their honor has been insulted. I take upon myself any bad words that are spoken. They should not be offended. If I had 100 honors, I would sacrifice all of them for love and cordiality among my brothers. Said Nursi.